But if I don't, my will is not into it, I'm take it to the car wash, take it through the thing, it does whatever it does, and whatever's not clean on it, well, I'm not going to detail. I'm not going to go into that detail. I'm not going to spend 2 hours, 2.5 hours of making it presentable like that. I don't care. It's not my will. Whatever she does, she willingly does what she does. It is her will to do that. It's not something she's forced to do, not something she's embarrassed into doing, not something she's made to do. She does it willingly. 14 said, like the merchant ships, she brings her food from afar. So she gets various types of foods. And believe you me, when she goes and gets them, she's going to get the choices of cuts. Because why? She's feeding her king. She's not just feeding anybody. She's feeding her king. She's making provision for her king. That's what she recognizes. This is my king. So I don't just bring anything to the king's table. Remember the butcher? Remember the baker and the butler? The baker and the butler for the Pharaoh. They messed up, didn't bring the right type of bread Pharaoh asked for, threw him in jail. Butler didn't taste the wine like he was supposed to, make sure it was presented before, threw him in jail. She will always make sure she's serving her king. And she brings the best to him. So when she's going out looking, they say she goes from afar. She's like a merchant ship. When she comes back home, she got everything. So my wife came home today, in the middle of the day, 3 o'clock, and she's slinging meat all in the freezer, in the refrigerator. I'm like, oh my goodness, what we got? She said, well, I found some ribs on sale, and I found some bags of chicken, they were on sale, and I got this and she could really feed her king. She's taking care of the king. So she went far and wide, to and fro, to make sure the king was provided for. Absolutely. So she got 2 packs of hamburger though, so I can fix some spaghetti. She made it known to put a request in so you can fix the spaghetti. So I got 2 packs of hamburger. 1 pack is for me to do what I want, but the other pack is for you for the spaghetti. I'm like, oh, okay, you put in your request. But see, because she's such a virtuous woman, I don't mind. I don't mind. But she went and got from afar. It might have been Harvey's. Might have been the Wednesday specials. But it was the best, man. That's what I'm looking at. And that's what we're talking about. But it's willingly. Wasn't forced into doing that. Wasn't held by an arm, twisted. No, willingly. To take care of her king. To make sure her king had provision. That's what I do. And I'm looking the best for my king. That's her whole attitude. That's her whole mental state. What I'm doing for my king. I know in this age of women's rights and anti-men things and all this stuff, this is outdated. I mean, this is not something that is preached or promoted or acceptable most of the time in today's society. Not this woman. She'd be kicked out. She'd be called a fool. A virtuous woman in this day will be called a fool. You do that for that man? Child, you shouldn't be mixing yourself up like that and giving all yourself to this man like that. Child, you crazy because he's going to break your heart. Really? You don't understand. I got a Proverbs. I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. I got an Ephesians 5 man. So what's my expectation? Now, if you just ended up with anybody, that's why. I got an Ephesians 5 man. And I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. I got an expectation. That's why you have to be careful. That's why she can do this. She could do this. And she's going to make do this. She rises also while it's yet night and gives meat to her house.
Stay slow.
May take a little while before you get there. That's all right. She rises up in the night. Now I can tell you about my wife. When we get ready to have cookovers, I may be out there till 12:31 preparing meat. She up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, making sure that the macaroni and cheese is cheesy, making sure the potato salad is potatoey, making sure the pasta salad has pasta. She's up. Then we turn around 2.5 hours later, get up, come to church, and she's exhausted, but she pushed her way through. She's up all night to make sure that the household is provided for. At night, she's working diligently through the night. If we had a sewing machine, I'm sure she would probably be cuffing my pants, making, no, probably not, but I just wanted to throw that one. I wanted to throw that one in there. Yes, ma'am. My love. See, if my love had a Singer sewing machine, see, she could have, tailored it, done it for me, had it all done. I wouldn't have had to do it overshoot it, do it myself. See, it talks about that later on. We ain't got there yet. Gonna bring that out. And give meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. Now, you might not have servants in your house. We have Ralph, the lawn man. We have Juan, the pool man. And no, I'm just kidding. No, we don't. And Juanita, the housemaid. But, we don't, at that time they had servants, which means he had to be what? You don't have servants if you don't have money. People are not going to latch themselves onto you and you don't have anything to give them. So he had to be pretty well off. It's like Boaz with Ruth. Boaz was rich, y'all. He wasn't playing around. Because when you can glean and say, leave most of the stuff on the thing, don't take it off, so she can get a double portion. Most farmers trying to get it for everything they possibly can. And if you get a couple of grapes, that's it. But no, he said, no, leave a double portion. He was rich. He had servants. He wasn't gleaning. He wasn't picking. They were. That was their job. They were picking up for his household first, and then for themselves. And then they would leave some for the poor to come. And if the poor love to come into your field, that means you're a good man. And the poor love to come in Boaz's field. Because he was a good man. He would leave a whole lot. I mean, he was rich. And that's what he was. This